Okay. Let me get this out. So I'm cracking up right now because everybody has beef. You know how I always talk about extremists and bandwagons and cliques and stuff. And so, oh, the irony. So the beefs that I have come across lately, because I have a wide array of groups of people that come and watch me, which is interesting since I have so few viewers. But then only a certain only certain levels of blends of intellect, ratchetry, and consciousness is attracted to me and my channel. So although there are a few of us, there is a wide array of different types of people with different types of interests and passions. And when you take each of those different things, you can find a group that is an extreme in that thing. So basically, as few people that watch me, it's a special kind of person that watches me. And there's a shitload of a range of arenas that can be covered in that. And so, and within those arenas, there are gay people, anti-government people, trannies, gardener people, earth people, church people, atheists, anti-religious people, because that's not always the same as atheists. There are truth tellers. There are scientists, psychologists, people in the health, in every industry that you can imagine. Nerds, popular people, celebrities, very important people that you would consider nobodies, but they're very powerful beings. I have some shallow people who present in a lot of different of these areas. Let's say hair, makeup, same thing. Things that lie in physical appearance. There are luxe people, thrift people. I don't know how they found me, but they make me, they're interesting, and I embrace them because there's a whole nother morally sound and humble thought process that goes within that category of humans. The thrift people. They're quite appropriately down to earth in general. There are black people, white people, there are foreign people. There are people whom we are foreign to them. Republicans, homophobes, self-proclaimed Christians, theorists, pole tappers, landscapers, chefs, culinary artists, dancers. There are athletes, fitness professionals, people that are just trying to lose weight, just regular people just trying to lose weight, poverty-stricken people, people with mental disorders, geniuses. If you look at my main page and see all the different types of people that are welcome here, those are all the people. So you would think I would have a ton more viewers, right? But no, there's still special people. You got to be on certain levels to dig me, for the most part. Okay. So, you know, the vegans have had beef for a while. Everybody's got beef. Everybody's got some sort of beef. And the more that the internet really does make people famous, quote unquote, the bigger these beefs are going to get. And for anything that's not directly minority directed, for the most part, they're racists. So what kills me is that, let me go through this. So, okay, the makeup people are at it again. I know this is not their first time at the rodeo.
This ain't my first time at the rodeo. Give me the respect that I'm entitled to.
But in this particular one, And it always ends up being some big, let me tell you something. Okay, I'm gonna tell you how it started. Somebody had put a post up about dude being racist. Now, see, I'm being careful not to say names because I'm not like y'all. I'm not about promoting people. Because, child, sociopaths and psychopaths, when it's all said and done, feel like all publicity is good publicity. And because of the world full of people being raised as sociopaths, that makes that statement actually true. Because even if it's something negative, the whole masses of bandwagon sociopaths gonna go for it. That's the thing that's gonna blow up and get famous. That's what everybody want to talk about. That's the hack of the day. This is what I do. I call him gay racist. Okay? So he's gay racist, and I call the chick growing racist. Gay racist and growing racist. So when I say GG, then I'm talking about both of them in general. Okay. So I guess this part of the video is about GG because it's primarily them too. But there are other some, you know, because they have bandwagons, there's some other peons involved. I went to Peon One's video. She was saying she wasn't going to support gay racists anymore and why. And in her video, she cited growing racists video that called gay racists out. I didn't bother to watch the video because none of this should be surprising to anyone who is alive. How is it bombshell news that gay racist is racist? How is it news that gay racist who has millions and millions of followers, how is it possible that those of you who are black and are on his nuts, how is it possible that you just finding out that he's racist? So now you're not going to do a review of his products, but you were going to. Most of the people's makeup that y'all promote are racist. So I'm going to have to ask you, fellow brown females, okay? I'm going to have to ask y'all to get your lives. You need to get your life if you wanted his products, but now you don't because you found out. Now I realize this is where I'm supposed to step back and let you grow, because you're in the process. You saw, so you've been enlightened, and your next phase of life is you're going to develop as a young lady, okay? And I should be allowing that to happen and not step in with the basically I told you so situation. Well, it's not an I told you so situation. It's a how could you not situation. You know, but don't let that make you feel dumb if you really are growing. If you really are growing. Because most of you bitches are going to get past this moment of drama, and tomorrow you're going to do a review on a product made by someone who is way more powerfully racist than gay racists. I'm just saying. I'm not saying don't do any product reviews. I'm saying that, how did you not know gay racist was racist? That's like not knowing he's gay. I didn't know. I didn't know he was gay. How was I supposed to know? Some of his best friends are gay. He can't be racist. So I didn't watch the little girl's video because I'm thinking it's like this exchange I had with this chick. I'm gonna have to split this up into separate videos. But it's like this exchange I had with this chick on Instagram, right? She commented on one of my posts and said, I'm gonna have to get my damn. I started the Melania Vanilli hashtag, just so you know. Shout out to Super Sly Fox. It was a post on Melania Vanilli and her speech. And by her speech, I mean the First Lady's speech. This chick, she's a beautiful lady, by the way. So this is not personal shade. This is just is what it is. And some of y'all going to interpret it as shade because the truth, for some reason, when I speak the truth, when people hear the truth, sometimes they automatically interpret antagonism if it doesn't make them always look great. It's just automatic because that's human nature. People do that. I'm literally the only person I know that can be like, oh, I was wrong for that, or I didn't see it that way, and I'm literally the only person I know who can do that. This is not when I started the hashtag, but just so you know, I'm just patting myself on the back because I started that Melania. But she said, such BS. Sadly, I'm sure his followers will accept this and somehow find a way to blame someone in the other camp. Happens every time. Now, when she said the other camp, I know that is now the other camp being the Democrats, which indicates to me that she is probably Republican at that point. This is, oh, I get to show y'all how my mind works when I read people's character. Because it has nothing to do with, usually has very, very little to do with what they look like. And people think I pass judgment too quickly, and I can understand that because I do. I pass judgment on the right things that give me an accurate judgment, though. And it's very often not what they, what they look like or what they're wearing or how they're built. It's very, sometimes it is, but it's very often not that. And it's not even necessarily a lot of times it's what they say, unrelated to what you're talking about sometimes. Sometimes it's what they don't say. Sometimes it's how they respond to certain things of a certain moral stature. It's almost like what the dude who did the book of questions captured in people within those questions. Almost like, probably like that eHarmony dude has mastered in order to bring people together for real. I think he really has gone into the depths of moral character to be able to bring out in people what, aware of who they are and what they really want. Then to find it, I did too much. Look, this is what the fuck. She said, such BS. Sadly, I'm sure that his followers will accept this and somehow find a way to blame someone in the let me finish where I was on. And so when I got to this part of someone in the other camp, when she says the other camp, that lets me know that she is not a Democrat. She's a black woman, which means that there's a significant, she might be anti-government altogether, but there's another significant chance that she is then Republican. But the way she said the other camp, even in text, the way she said the other camp, that's why I can't believe how y'all be getting catfish. People are their real selves, even when they can't help it, even when they're trying not to be. So if you pay attention for any length of time, these people shouldn't be so-called surprising y'all like you claim. Okay? Because you claim to be surprised. You're not surprised. You knew who that person was and you chose to continue to support them. And so now you realize that you are partially responsible for supporting and encouraging by enabling this psychopathic bigot ass son of a bitch. So, and speaking of bigot ass son of a bitch, I'm sorry, I don't know this woman at all. So she says someone of the camp, which indicates to me that there is a large percentage of a chance that her family is Republican. If her family is Republican, then there is also a large percent of a chance that her husband is Caucasian. So, she said, find a way to blame someone in the other camp. Happens every time. And I responded, with as many sheeple as there are in the world, and most of the misguided population who are being created, developed, and enabled because everyone is too busy being entertained by fuckery rather than calling it out for the bullshit that it is. These are winning conditions for sociopaths. And then she followed up and said, so true and so disappointing. Thought we were better than that as a nation. Sadly, we are not. She thought we were better than that as a nation. Look, I don't know if you've been living in America for the last ever or not, but you as a black woman thought we were better than that. You thought this nation, she said, thought we were better than that as a nation. Sadly, we are not. And so I responded, quote, thought we were better than that as a nation, end quote. And I gave this emoji. Oh, did you? I can't relate to that level of disappointment because most of the brown people in my personal circle and a couple of privileged ones have known exactly what we are dealing with for decades. I can only speak for me and my people, and that includes my privileged people, because the privileged people in my life, they know what's good. And let me also follow up by saying the fact that she thought we were better than that as a nation also kind of supports my assumption that she is likely married to a Caucasian man, and he's likely a Republican. So she wants to follow up because now her blackness, because she's actually feeling she catching what I'm throwing, but it's subconscious. And so she doesn't really know why she's feeling some kind of guilt right now for saying that she thought we were better than that. But she's feeling that because I threw her a low-key undercut. Not shade. It's a lot different from shade. I threw her a low-key undercut. And that's just enough to wake a bitch up and be like, bitch, I love you. You know, and because I love you, I'm not going to sit here and act like this is not happening around us. And to us. I know that's hard to hear. And to us, bitch. Us. Not your husband. There's nothing wrong with that. If you love that man, you stay with him till the end. But I'm saying to you, bitch, I suggest that you not forget that this is happening to us. And tell your husband, I said, hey, boo, hey. After I said that, people in my circle been knowing what we've been dealing with for decades, so I can't relate to being disappointed. She followed up by saying, oh, I've always known, because she felt that uppercut. She said, oh, I've always known the underlying wave of hidden racism. Obviously. That obviously is its own sentence after that first one. I've always known about the underlying wave of hidden racism, period. Capitalized O, obviously, period. I didn't say you didn't see it. You just said you were disappointed. So I was just saying I wasn't disappointed because I already know what I'm dealing with. And the people that I know who know what they know what it is. So, I've always known about the underlying wave of hidden racism, obviously. However, I didn't see this level of blind discipleship behind a man so inept for the role. A man who makes us look like an entire nation of ill-bred buffoons. Yeah, that took me by surprise. I thought even the hardcore bigots had more self-respect than that. So you say you've always known about the underlying wave of hidden racism. Obviously. However, see what that however means is I'm about to refute everything that I just said in that first sentence. Because I have chosen to go through life blind to it because it's easier. However, I didn't see this level of blind discipleship behind a man so inept for the role. A man who makes us look like an entire nation of ill-bred buffoons. He does not make us look like an entire nation of ill-bred buffoons. He makes us look like a nation to whom racists are given the power based literally on the color of their skin without regard to any academic or intellectual or basic common sense knowledge. So you can be as dumb as a rock if you're white and you can be president. But whatever you do in life, If your skin is going to be brown, you're going to need to excel just to compete, just to get in the door. So basically, you didn't know there was this level of blind discipleship behind a man showing up for the role, a man who makes us look like an entire nation of ill-bred buffoons. He makes us look like a nation who will let racists do whatever they want without penalty or consequence. So America doesn't do that. I'm just asking for a friend. Yeah, that took me by surprise. I thought even hardcore bigots had more self-respect than that. I wonder if she thought hardcore bigots had more self-respect than that because she married one, so she wants to give some leeway to Hope. I don't know that she married one. I'm just trying to figure out why she was disappointed and she didn't think there was blind discipleship behind our currently most public known racist who was entertained to be able to run for president. If we were the America she's talking about, he wouldn't even have a ballot going on. There wouldn't have been a campaign. People would be like, no. Like, if America was that place that she's talking about, you would need to show receipts to be president, to get into any elected office, like black people do. But you ain't heard that from me. So, yeah, she thought I thought even the hardcore bigots had more self-respect than that. I mean, she is a dark chocolate sister, too. And mature. She probably middle-aged. But, man, a lifetime of brainwashing is... A year of brainwashing is powerful. What do you think a lifetime of it will do? To all of us. Everyone's affected. It affects everyone in a derogatory way. Even the people it benefits. It has a derogatory effect on you. It makes you look bad. It lets everyone know your moral compass is down the shitter. That you can be murderously inhumane. So this was my final response. And it took me a minute because I said I have to say something that is truthful, but I still need to candy coat it for the average human, because there's a 99.9% chance that she is the average human who is going to take me telling the truth as offensive because it makes them look like they are, because it's how they are. You're okay with it because you have to be okay with it for your lifestyle to make sense to you, and that's okay. That don't make you a bad person, but I need to be aware of it because I don't need to be out somewhere with y'all and risk my life because I'm like you and I'm convinced we're gonna be okay. Nothing's gonna happen to us. You know, I don't take that for granted. I don't take my brown skin for granted. You know, I want to say because I've seen things, but in this day and age, we have all seen things. I'm not willing to risk it. And in addition, I want to protect those I love from it. I want us to stay alive and make great memories together. So my final response was, as I thought it through and how I can babysit her through her emotions as I speak. And so I said, LOL at underlying and quote, out they had respect, end quote. So I laughed at underlying racism and she thought they had more self-respect than that. And then I put again, this is where my comment starts at again. I can't relate. In order to be disappointed, I'd have to have been susceptible to all the bullshit conditioning from jump. But I tend to take heed when people show me exactly. But certain behaviors that get enabled can build a child into a very, very destructive spirit to be walking around in this world. And y'all do that. It's common. It's not, and they're not isolated humans out here walking around as sociopaths. It's most people. Hence my introvertism. Because I guess I would be an extroverted person, more social, less antisocial as it is interpreted to be, if there were more good people. You know what I mean? If there were more good people, I would be receptive to them. I'm receptive to good people. The thing is, those are rare people. And I really don't fuck with regular, basic, scandalous sociopaths. It's all the things that y'all love the most. But yeah, I addressed a couple of things that I didn't mean to on this video. And I didn't at all address what I wanted to in the first place about all the clique beefs. That's going to have to be a separate video. Oh my God, they had me rolling though. I'm going to make it a separate video. I think my battery's even dead on this.